I said, let me calm the fuck down. Peace, love, and light, y'all. This is part two. Because I've been trying to get this information. Let me, one moment. Smoke break. I need to calm down. Let's go. Okay, so part one ended due to my laptop cutting off. So I decided to go ahead and take the band-aid off of my webcam and go live and show my face. Let's go. So part one ended with me speaking about how the immortal gods and goddesses are still in existence. That's why they are called the immortal gods and goddesses for a reason. Now, if they fail to take the life of myself and other starseeds such as myself, what make you think that they succeeded to take the life of the immortal gods and goddesses? Point is, they never did succeed. Those archives that are in the museums are false documents and false archives. Now, the gods and goddesses, the immortal gods and goddesses, the Atlantis, that's where we are, that's where we live on this planet, us starseeds. As I mentioned, there are many species who live on the Atlantis island. Now, these star seeds are highly gifted. These, not star seeds, these species are highly gifted. There are dragons, dinosaurs, people, species with wings, and mermaids and fairies, and you name it, they exist. Now, you see, they smart. Here, now I'm going to teach you all about the holographic universe. This universe is a holographic universe. You guys remember when I was teaching you all how this universe, this planet, was created by the patriarch, which represents my newborn's father. Here we are playing out a role of what took place within the planetary alignments. Earth represents my newborn's father, who I found out later was my stepbrother, who tried to trick me into believing that he was my soulmate so that he can take the money, the inheritance of which my father, our father, left for moi. Now, I am here in Israel under false identity. The birth certificate of which I am under is not my name. That's not who I am. Someone else is living under my name. I am Lilith. He is Adam. He represents Adam. Earth. Lilith represents Saturn. Jupiter represents my twin flame. The elements, fire, I, air, my twin flame, earth, Adam, him, Lilith is Saturn. Now, how does this apply to the Bermuda Triangle, of which Atlantis still in existence? The Bermuda Triangle is a powerful portal of which was created by the immortal gods and goddesses to protect themselves from society and what was taking place within society. We, us star seeds, were chosen within our bloodlines to break this curse that was placed upon our bloodlines. I personally I represent the warrior bloodline, the warrior reptilian Anunnaki bloodline. I am a demonic, not entity because I am in the flesh, but I am, my nature is demonic, is a demon. I am a demon. However, we were tricked to believe that demons were evil and angels or the religious people are righteous, but in reality, it's the angels who are wicked and us demons who are righteous. Now, the Bermuda Triangle represents Saturn. It's protected by Saturn, which is very powerful, a very powerful force of which no one can manipulate. They cannot get in. They can get in, but they cannot get out. This explains why no one made it out to tell the story. Now that this triangle consists of three elements: fire, earth, and water. These elements are a very magical and powerful triangle of which protects the Atlanteans, our kind, the immortal gods and goddesses. Now, because we are living in a holographic universe, this is the matrix. So when you die, you automatically almost immediately reborn, right? Into another life cycle if you have not completed your life task. Those, let's say, like such as myself, my biological father passed away, right? Because that was his last life cycle, his gifts was passed down to moi. Okay? Now, in regards to us star seeds, we all have a parent who passed away. It was their last life cycle. Their last life cycle, meaning they are returning back to their planet, right? But their gifts, we harness their gifts, okay? Now, in regards to, let's say, your any loved ones that have passed away and that you all believe that you are talking to them, I like to, point that out, that you are not talking to your loved ones, because when they die, they're automatically reborn back into another life cycle. Okay, because they have not completed their life cycle. So when they are reborn into this new life cycle, it's like the people you think that you are contacting or you are talking to are not your loved ones. Those are programs within the matrix that were created and invented to mislead you. Our ancestors are able to communicate with us, the immortal gods and goddesses communicate with us inwardly. It's not a thought, it's telepathic. It's a telepathic communication, it's energy. So they communicate with us energetically, telepathically. So the thoughts that you all think you're thinking, or some your grandmother talking to you, that is a program that was created within the matrix because you uttered those words out of your mouth. That program activated within your life to to show itself as that, as your to present itself as your loved one, as your grandmother, or this and that. But your grandmother, meanwhile, is a newborn baby. How does the ancestors communicate with us? They communicate with us through nature. They are able to send us codes, activation codes through nature. This is why nature rejects the wicked, who are in disguise as angels. It gets deeper. Our artwork, let me tell you all how that works. First of all, let me tell you something. On my journey, people say, oh, I seen ghosts, or objects moving around my home. I never in my life experienced that shit. So I could never relate. It's like, what are they experiencing? The supernatural. I'm waiting for the supernatural. Where is it? It's because it does not exist. It's all in your mind. You expected that to happen. Thus, it happened. You uttered words out of your mouth. Thus, you activated codes within the matrix to present itself in the form of that of which you want it to. Now, our ancestors, how do they protect us? They protect us through nature. They protect us when we have these okay, when you build an altar, when you create an altar in your home, you are opening up a portal of protection. It's an energy. Everything is energy. It's an energetic portal that opens within your home. Thus, your ancestors are able to protect you through an energetic frequency. It's not a ghost. There's no such thing as ghosts. Everything is energy. So our ancestors, when we do our altar work, when we feed our ancestors, it's energy. They receive that energy. They are being fed energetically because they are still alive. It's getting deeper. Now, when you burn ancestral money, it's a unique energy. It's a currency of which they use in their world, in the Atlantis world, where they live, underworld, right? They use that energy to purchase things that they need. If they were not alive, how are they able to do this? They need this in a 5D. Where are they in a 5D? You understand what I'm saying? They're not around, floating around you. Your ancestors are not floating around you. They are within you. They have activation codes. First of all, we made all of this. Technology, this is our creation. That's how they knew how to communicate to us. Through energy, through wave, through frequencies. That ringing in your ear that you hear is a frequency of which Saturn's signal out to all star seeds. This frequency comes from the seven rings around Saturn. It vibrates a frequency wave of which only us star seeds can hear. So if our ancestors were not alive, how are they able to eat? Because I am a beast, I learn about myself. Because I am a beast, I feed off energy. Our ancestors feed off energy because they are reptilian. They are reptilian, energetic beasts, just as ourselves. This is why they taught me and how they taught me how to feed off energy when I had no food. When I went without food, they taught me how to feed off the energy of nature, which they would manipulate as well. They would send me and give me healing energy through nature. They would send birds to me to give me signs and messages from them. So, this is war. I'm loving this shit, y'all, because y'all about to see some major changes take over. They had to do their work where they were to protect our legacy. In order for the divine feminine to step into her power, the ancestors had to protect themselves because they knew in order for me to do so, I was going to need them. And if they managed to kill them, they would not be able to do so. They would have reincarnated into another life cycle. But they are alive. Now they are alive in the freaking flesh, which explains how they are able to do all that they have been doing. I've always felt watched when I would look into my mirror. I always felt watched. It was them watching moi. From the other side, mirrors are portals. Technology, all of this we created. So they use this as a way to help us starseeds step into our power. Now, the Bermuda Triangle is where the Atlantis island is located. It never vanished. They never vanished. If they died, they would have reincarnated into a life cycle. But they never did. But they never did. Shadow people, ghosts, are all a part of the matrix. There's no such thing as ghosts or people coming back to Halloween to kill people or to get vengeance. Halloween is when the immortal gods and goddesses come back for their vengeance, not the dead. Because they are already reincarnated to another life cycle. It's called the cycle of life. You die, you reborn. You die, you reborn. You die, you reborn until you finish your cycle, until you complete your task on this planet. This is why many people fear Halloween. It's because they know that the ancestors coming back for their asses. That portal, the Bermuda Triangle portal, is so powerful that they cannot manipulate no type of way. They can get in, but they can never, no one never made it out to tell the story because they would have exposed the ancestors. They knew that the ancestors were there. They knew that they were. But because it's so that portal is so powerful and so magical. They couldn't pierce those portals because it's being protected by Saturn. I never in my life saw a ghost. I never saw. I have seen shadow people, but I knew that it was in my head because I allowed myself to think. When you open yourself up to believe those things, you are activating code within the matrix to present itself to you. So again, your loved ones who you think are contacting you and they're talking to you and they're doing, that's not your loved ones. You are talking to low underworld entities. There's no such thing as ghosts and shadow people. We live in a holographic universe. This is all technology. And because it's all technology of which we created, the Atlanteans, the reptilians, because this is our creation. They were able to get one up on you, one up on the opponents. You see, they tried to prevent the divine feminine from stepping into her birth, to stepping into her calling, from reclaiming her birthright. Because when that occurred, this system was going to change from the matriarchal system or to the patriarchal system to the matriarchal system. Saturn. The moon is holographic. The moon is fake. The moon was placed there to harness the energies of Saturn. This explains why on the moon cycles, during the moon cycles, eclipse, full moon, new moon, the witches, the lower underworld entities, these insidious spirits who are in disguise as righteous, they use those energies of Saturn to mind control, to hex, to curse. But they told you that Saturn is evil, Saturn is wicked, Saturn is this, Saturn is that. But they were not able to access Saturn energy directly from Earth. So they used not universe, they used the moon to harness the energies of Saturn. So our ancestors are very much still alive in the freaking flesh. They were waiting for the divine feminine to step fully into her power. To make their appearance. Everything that was happening, they saw it all play out. They saw it. They knew that also it all had to play, it all had to happen. It had to happen. So the breakdown of the altar work is energy. When we feed our ancestors, it's energy. We are feeding them because they are alive. You cannot feed the dead. Something that isn't alive, you cannot feed. Let's go. Something that is dead, you cannot feed. Have you ever tried feeding a dead cat? How did that work out? Exactly. It doesn't exist. So that is how we are able to feed our ancestors, because they are beasts, such as myself, such as us, who feed off energy. So when many people, wait, I'm gonna tell y'all the plot twist of my journey. Because a lot of times when I went days without food and things as such, it was because I had to. I never lacked. I went without because I sacrificed to help other people. I never lacked. But it was those moments that taught me, that I was taught by my ancestors, how to feed off energy. Because I am a beast, and that is what I feed from, energy. I noticed how throughout my life, they took me back. I had flashes of memories, how I was able to make it, to succeed, or to succeed and overcome all the adversity. I was able to do so because I fed off energy of slandering, shaming, hurt, pain. I was able to transmute that energy, turn it into power, and I fed off that energy. And each time I fed, I became stronger, I became wiser, and I shed the old skin of which I had, and I would transform into a more goddess form of myself, goddess higher form of myself. Sounds familiar? The snake, the reptilians, shed old skin. We do not age. We shed old skin. In addition to shedding old skin, it's leaving old patterns of behavior that no longer serves us as we evolve into our higher goddess forms. We don't age, us reptilians. Us reptilian beasts, we don't age. We shed old skin. We gain new skin. We get a complete DNA upgrade. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. We get a complete DNA upgrade. Which explains why I've been looking 15, since the age of 15, with 8 children. This is our kind. This is who we are. Oh, I wish I had smoke. Many of us, because we are able to feed off energy, we receive a boost of energy from Mother Nature, which allow us to be a service to humanity, to operate, to cooperate at our highest, at our highest, at our highest. I learned how to tame my sexual urges. I learned how to transmute my sexual urges into my creative endeavors, my creativity. I learned that my high sexual drive was not a punishment. It was in fact a gift. It is in fact a gift. (2020) is the year of the rise of the immortal gods and goddesses. The ancient immortal gods and goddesses are going to make their appearance in the year 2020. I don't know what mummies that y'all have in those museums, but y'all kind of tickling now. At this point, you're tickling. Because they about to show their asses. When you think about all that I'm telling you, it makes sense. Anything that isn't visual doesn't exist. Anything that cannot be felt doesn't exist. We're talking energy now. Energy, frequencies, energies, frequencies, waves, vibrations, all of which this world centers. Not ghost, mystical ghost, and how that happened. You know what I'm saying? What is the metaphysical breakdown for that? Don't worry, I will wait. You cannot make sense of that. They never did. They never could. They never tried to, because it was never, they never tried. It wasn't not their, it was never their attempt. It was a part of their matrix to keep you all asleep, believing in ghosts. When my ancestors come through to me energetically, Holy Ghost, will you just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how they do. I'm sorry. I don't know how they do that, you know what I'm saying? But when my ancestors come through energetically, I just received this. Because they activate codes within me. They guide me, not through my mind, through my intuition, which is inwardly, which cannot be manipulated by the matrix. Your intuition cannot be manipulated by the matrix. Your mind can. That's how they do. That's how they're able to mind control the masses. Also, they're able to mind control the masses because the masses, those of you who are A, blood type A plus, B plus, you know, all that, you are considered hybrids. Your bloodline was purged. Not purged, but pierced. Wait, not purged. Oh my God. Not purged, but what is the word? Wait. Okay, let me stay focused. Okay, the bloodline. Your bloodlines were breached by insidious spirits who mix and mingle your bloodlines. We were never supposed to mix and mingle the bloodlines. This war was never about the skin tone or race. This war was about the mixing and mingling of the bloodlines. Now, because you all are hybrids, you are their kind. You are made of them. They made you. Because they made you, they are able to program different programs within your minds to make you believe certain things. They are able to manipulate you through words, through television, through music, frequencies, waves. But for us starseeds, because we have Rh negative blood type, we are not able to be manipulated. However, we can deprogram the hybrids. That's our power. This is why you all are awakening to our voice, to what you hear. Because our voice, this frequency of which we speak, our power, the power of our words, is able to deprogram you. Deprogram the mind control that you were placed up under. This explains why we have been rebels our entire lives. It's because we weren't able to be manipulated by society or by the matrix. So we are labeled as outcasts, the black sheep. But I own that shit. I own it. I am a black sheep. I am a reject. I am an outcast. I'm proud of my stance. I would rather be this than to be a hybrid or a program or a follower. You are programmed to follow. You are programmed. This is why the Hebrew Israelite community and all these other religious-based systems are able to mind control you. Look you in your eyes and tell you lies that you believe because it's in your DNA to believe it. This is why they don't want you all listening to us, starseeds. They don't want you all listening to us because they know that we have the power to awaken you. So they cause you to believe that we are wicked. When in reality, we are here to bring a change upon this world. Within this world. Change, harmony, justice, fairness, balance, peace. We are here to restore it all. And they are afraid now. Because we have stepped into our power. We know who we are. So they cause the other people to view us as wicked. They try to manipulate you, mind control you to think that we are the wicked so that we wouldn't awaken you. The game been over. This is so profound. This is so profound, y'all. This is so profound. Your bloodlines were breached by insidious lower underworld entities who breached the matriarch, your mothers. Your ancestors sold your generations out to an entity you all believe is God, is righteous. The insidious spirit possessed your mothers to keep this curse going. They sold your souls. I was born into this world. Already soul contract with Saturn. The divine spirit of life, you all say is Lucifer. Her name is not Lucifer. It's not a male, wicked entity that has horns. I'm joking around with that shit because it's funny. She's divine. She's righteous. I represent her. I have a soul contract with Saturn. I didn't come into this lifetime signing a contract with the devil. Any one of you, that's not how you do that. Any one of you who are signing contracts, I want you all to know those are false documents you are signing. You are signing your soul over to lower entities. I did not do that. I was born into this lifetime. It was a soul contract to fulfill a life mission on this planet, which I am doing now. But I haven't even started. Y'all think I did? I haven't even started. But the soul contract was prior to my incarnation with Saturn, the divine spirit of life, who you are perceived to be Lucifer. Saturn is a planet. The divine spirit of life is our creator. She isn't wicked. She doesn't have horns. So any contracts that you are signing, I want you all to know that that has nothing to do with righteousness. That has nothing to do with what I'm doing. That's something completely different. I have not signed my soul over to no devil or to no lower entity. I belong to the divine spirit of life. I represent her. In the 3D, I did an initiation once I became aware of who I am, because my soul contract was signed prior to my incarnation. So in the 3D realm, I did another to seal the deal within the 3D realm. Although it's already sealed, but you know, as above, so below. So y'all be careful out there selling. Don't sign no freaking contract. I don't even care. Don't sign no contracts. You have enough information about what is taking place to be doing this, to be doing what you're doing. No one owns me. I own myself. Physically, no one owns me. So I will be careful, if for those of you out there doing what you're doing, I don't even know what y'all talking about, I don't like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what y'all signing. I don't know. But all I know is that it has nothing to do with righteousness, and it has nothing to do with the divine spirit of life. And you are selling your souls over to lower entities that has nothing to do with righteousness. You are being tricked. So I hope I said everything that I was trying to get out. Let me think. Nature protects us. Starseeds, nature protects us. It's not nature. Our ancestors protect us through nature. This is why we see signs all around us. They are able to manipulate energy. They're beasts. They are beasts. We made this shit. We made this shit. Technology, that was all us, the Atlanteans. We had to complete a karmic debt that was continuing throughout our bloodline. We had to end, purge, and heal those timelines. Our ancestors, they helped us to make this happen, to make this possible. They have helped us to make this possible where they are. They had to be remained alive. If they would have died, none of this would have been possible. How could they have helped us if they would have died? Because mind you, if they would have died, they would have reincarnated right back into another life cycle. And check us. Those insidious spirits, not spirits, they aren't spirits. Those insidious underworld entities who possess the matriarchs of your bloodlines are masculine entities who have breached you, who have gone out of their way to take your children out of your care. If you are, a lot of you all don't look. A lot of your stories look a lot like mine. Out of the blue, your parents got all lovey and dovey. Now they love you. They are so supported out of the blue. But where did all of that diet function go when they have not healed? They have not shown any proof of healing or taken a healing journey to hear their narcissistic, disgusting behavior. Where's that solid proof? Overnight they changed. Overnight they changed. Your life is fucked up. Each and every last one of your lives is fucked up right now. You broke. You can't keep a job. You can't find love. That isn't odd to you? That isn't a bit odd? It's your mother's. Anyone loving who have ever tried to come towards you, to enter your life to love you, they've left you. That doesn't seem odd to you? It's your mother's. Wake up. They are witches. These entities possess the same powers of which I possess. However, I do not manipulate my abilities. I can use, I find it real funny. First of all, as I mentioned before, the days that I did go without food, or anytime I do choose to go without food, is because I sacrifice for other people, because I can do that. I sacrifice for other people because I don't lack. Because the divine spirit of life used me as a tool, right? Wait, I just lost my train of thought. One moment. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was about to laugh at these. I was about to laugh at y'all, at some of y'all. Yeah, so I had a lot of people who would laugh at my situation, right? First of all, I don't lack, as I mentioned before. Anytime I did go without, it was because I sacrificed to help other people, because I was in a position to do so, And when I sacrificed, I learned about the fact that I don't even need food to survive, right? So I was laughing at the fact that I have the abilities to mind